So I had you guys do a survey a week or two ago, and one of the things I saw come up a lot was that several of you are still not sure when annotating about what it means to confirm, challenge, or change your beliefs. So for today's article of the week assignment, what I want to do is give you a tutorial on that so that it will help you better do the things, I hope. Okay. So the video lesson today is going to be, again, how to get into article of the week and do that, and also how to annotate the confirms, challenges, and changes beliefs. Okay. When we're looking at those words, they all begin with a C, so it kind of makes it easier to remember the three. But I think that it might even be more helpful if I put up, let's just make a little slide here real fast, okay? So let's talk about confirm, challenge, change, all right? Confirm. To confirm your beliefs means you agree with it. Okay? Confirm means I agree with this. It confirms what I already believe. Challenge means I disagree. Okay? Challenge. It challenges what I already believe. I believe this to be true. This information is opposite of what I believe to be true. Challenge. I disagree. Change. Okay, so change. Changed my beliefs. This made me change my mind and see things in a different way. So before I read this particular passage, I believed X, but after reading this particular passage, I now have changed my mind and I believe Y. So confirms my beliefs means I agree with this. This is my experience. Challenge means I disagree with this. This is not my experience. Change means I saw things one way before I read it. I see things a different way after I have read it. So when you go into your article, okay, remember that when you sign in to Newsella, you need to choose login with Google. So you just click the Google button, choose your Horizon address, your Horizon email address, and go from there. Because if you don't choose your Horizon email address, then you don't have all of the functions, you can't see your assignments. So please make sure you do it that way, all right? So this week's article is Students Survey Peers About Online Learning, Socializing During Pandemic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here and I'm going to show you 3 annotations. 1 confirm, 1 challenge, 1 change. All right? Your directions tell you to do all the different kinds of annotations. You can question, you can wonder, you can say this surprises me, and then confirm, challenge, change. So what we do is we highlight confirm, challenge, change in green. So when I go in here, okay, I'm just gonna show you what I've highlighted. I'm not gonna read the whole article to you. You can do that. So here I've highlighted where it says some students have taken on added tasks like overseeing the schooling of a younger sibling or working to help support their families. I highlighted this in green because it confirms what I already believe. It confirms my experience. I agree with this. This is what I know to be true. So in my annotation, I am going to explain why that confirms my beliefs. So I say, this confirms my experience because as a working mom, I have had to ask my teenagers to help their little brother, who's in kindergarten, to help them or to help him do his schoolwork. I will change that. To help him. This is stressful for everyone and makes me feel bad because I don't think my older kids should have to be responsible for their little brother's learning, but I don't have much choice. Okay, so I am connecting with this. I agree. I understand. I get it. It confirms my experience. It confirms what I believe and see. Okay, so that's an example of confirms my beliefs. Agree, confirm, agree, confirm, agree. All right, so later in the article, here's a challenge. This says Neela and Redikdal, sorry. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but it's okay. Okay, so Neela said Rekdal was trying to make sure that any students who need help would be able to enter school buildings to talk to an adult. So I highlighted this in green and said this challenges my beliefs. I disagree with this idea. I disagree with this idea because, here's my reason. We are keeping the buildings closed so that people can remain at a distance and not spread COVID. If we start opening up the school buildings for this person and that person, it defeats the purpose of having the building closed in the first place. Okay, so challenges my beliefs, challenges my experience, challenges things that I know to be true. In other words, disagree. I disagree. Challenge, disagree, challenge, disagree, challenge, disagree. Okay, if you come into this room and you don't like what I am asking you to do, you might challenge me. You might disagree with me and say, I shouldn't have to do that. I want to dye my hair green. I am going to challenge that rule because I think it's a ridiculous rule. Okay, I disagree with it. Just remember, challenge, disagree, challenge, disagree. The last example then is something that changes my perspective, something that changes my mind. I thought one way before I read this, now I think a different way. Okay, so I highlighted in green. Students said that it was hard to keep track of assignments on several different platforms. Many suggested that schools put all work in one spot to make it easier. So as you know, here at Horizon, we have stuff on a matrix, and then we have stuff on Google Classroom, all right? And we have Clever. So, you know, we're trying to give students and parents as many resources as possible to see what they need to do, make sure they have all their assignments done. So that seems like a good idea at the beginning of the day, okay? But I said that this changes my idea. Now, this changes my idea that having everything on both the Matrix and on Google Classroom is a good idea. Students should be able to go to one place for everything, not have to worry about cross-referencing in multiple places to find their assignments. Okay, so now after reading this, I'm like, you know what, you're right. Maybe we should just have all teachers have everything in Google Classroom, and that's the only place you should have to go. If you go there, you find all the things. So that would be an example of this changes my belief. First I thought this, but after reading this information, now I think that. So what I'm hoping is that this helps you to better understand what I'm asking you to do when you're annotating with the challenges, changes, confirms, the 3 C's. Okay? You guys, I mean, you get the surprise thing, you get the wonder or question thing. Those are easy for you, but a lot of you still struggled with the 3 C's. You know, again, I'll just remind you that you don't necessarily have to have every single type of annotation here. I mean, if you don't have anything that surprises you, then you don't have anything that surprises you. That's fine. As long as throughout the article you are highlighting and specifically explaining what you're thinking about as you read. I'm teaching you to do this because I'm teaching you to actively read. What that means is you are thinking about what you're reading as you are reading it. Because if you don't think about it, then you don't remember it as well, you don't learn anything from it, you don't grow as a reader, you don't grow as a person, okay? You need to think about what you're reading as you're reading it. So again, that is why we do this. Make sure that you are doing the writing prompt when you have finished reading and annotating. Make sure you are using the RACES strategy that we have been discussing in class when you write that response. Also, make sure that you are responding to all of the quiz questions. Okay? So hopefully that helps you to do your article of the week. And if you have any questions, let me know. This is the last week of the quarter. So I'm trying not to give you too much stuff because I want you to get caught up if there's anything you still need to turn in. All right? Come to a Google Meet or contact me if you have any other questions.